This is my new car. It is an Audi A6 Avant 1.9 diesel, and I like it very, very much. Here it is. This video is for all of those people that said something nice about me getting something other than a Rover and understood the purpose of getting this car in the first place. I was quite overwhelmed, to be honest, by the amount of nice comments and people saying no, they'd actually like to see it. It's the channel that they're interested in, not really the cars. The video I made where I collected this car and revealed it, I knew would have a few people going, oh, you shouldn't have one of those. After all, you don't even like Audi. It's true. I don't particularly like the way Audi A3s are driven, that's for sure. 2,400 views on that video. A record, not for the views, but actually for the dislikes. 97%, which sounds like quite a lot, but actually on my channel it's pretty low. Normally my channel average is over 99%. And that particular thing is what has spurred me on to make a video featuring this car, just as much as the people saying, no, we support you in what you're doing, show us the car. Because those that don't like it don't have to watch it. And in actual fact, maybe they shouldn't. This car here is called Mrs. Doyle. It's a 1.6 Honda engined Rover, 29 years old, and it's lovely. Whereas this, of course, is an Audi 1.9 with a bit more power and actually a lot better fuel economy. The two cars in front are obviously not the same. One of them is more interesting, but the other is stronger. One of them is very good on fuel, the other one actually isn't very good on fuel. One of them is going up for sale, but the other one isn't. And this is why. To start with, this car's looks are really actually growing on me. I think it's really elegant. I think it's rather stylish without showing off. It doesn't have the retro appeal that Mrs. Doyle has here. It really is a jolly, pleasing car to look at. And it's taken me to own this car for me to even realise that. But I'm not going to go on about its style and its clean lines and how aesthetically pleasing it is. Instead, I'm going to talk about the actual car and why I think it does actually suit me. First of all, it's not silver. This blue really does have the potential to come up exceedingly nicely when I've really worked on it. And so far, I have just a little bit. Because it's different, I tend to want to do something. There were quite a few scratches all the way along there, and I've managed to just get rid of them. I have made the headlamps look a bit less dull, fit these roof bars just in case I want to take a trip out with my canoe. Another thing I really like about this car is its size. It doesn't look particularly big, but actually it's huge. Look at the size of that back door. Not only that, look how much leg room there is in the back of there. It's astonishing. I don't travel in the back seat of my own car, but if I ever need to do, or if I want to cart another adult about, or if my girls grow up to be as tall as me in the next couple of years, they're going to appreciate this space. And I certainly do. It's just astonishing. Compared to the equivalent Rover 75, where you've got the seat against your knees like that, that's a big plus point for me. And the quality of the materials, the solidity of it all. Although I still don't really like the door shut sounds, they're a bit too... And I don't get it, that's really it. It's not better from the outside. Anyway, and that's all that leg room in the back of there with my driving position. I've not just pushed the seat forward or anything. And with that, it has not compromised the rear boot space, because that also is exceedingly big. There is something exceedingly satisfying about a boot this size, where you can just sit down as if you're having a picnic and just relax. You could easily have two people sit along here. You could easily just climb into the boot and actually curl up and go to sleep. Yeah, if you sleep in this position, it won't be too difficult. Underneath this boot liner, is a proper carpet with little cubby holes there for tools, etc. And what you'll notice in here is it's not damp. It's not damp anywhere. And that can also be said about lovely Mrs. Doyle here. Absolutely no water ingress anywhere. And this car is 29 years old. But can I fit in the boot? Yeah, it's not quite as big, but it's not bad. Oh, however, being able to sleep inside the boot is not really the actual selling point of the Audi. Being dry is, though, something that the Rover 75 here really struggles with. It's amazing, really, when you think that you can have a 29-year-old Rover that doesn't leak, or you can have one that's 10 years newer, and it does. And thankfully, at the time that this Audi was made, they hadn't decided to introduce water leaks anywhere. Maybe they still haven't. Before we go any further, this is not the end of me being a Rover enthusiast, or a British car enthusiast, or just generally a car enthusiast. It's just that I have found something I wasn't expecting to be a bit enthusiastic about. Oh, that's good. Look, CD multi-changer in there. 12-volt socket just there. Another little cubby there to put things. What is that? Oh, I think it's some sort of thing. Yeah, it's a thing. I like the storage. I like these things. Those are kind of standard. This is a bit strange. Look at that. It's just a big deep hole. Oh, get your hand lost in there. It's got one rear cup holder. The other one is broken. And in the front we have two of these little pockets for storing stuff. A couple of little storage things there. That bit's a bit broken, but it doesn't stop it from working. And a reasonable sized glove box. Oh, and little slider things out the front of the seats as well. Oh, and 20 pence. The seats are really lovely and soft. They're really comfortable. The only thing I would say that I'm not entirely happy about with the seats is that there isn't any lumbar support. And actually, do you know what? That one small thing can make a difference on a long journey. I don't really understand why there isn't lumbar support. That's where Rover actually do better. That and looks, of course, and driving characteristics and style and sense of occasion. Yeah, Rover's got an awful lot of things that this car hasn't got, but this car has an awful lot of things that Rover doesn't have. Lots of interior lights at the front, it's in the middle, and lots at the back. There's an awful lot of lighting in this car. It is a pity the headlining's sagging. All four of the windows work, and if we switch the ignition on, we can see that the dash it's not cluttered. There it tells me the range that it's still left, which is 95 miles. That's quite handy. And of course it has the thing where other things as well, like 48 miles per gallon overall, at an average of 26 miles per hour. And over 19 hours and 4 minutes. One of the rather fabulous things about this car as well is the stereo. It is very loud. That's enough to annoy people who play music too loud while sat in traffic jams. Crank up Radio 4 next time. Multifunctional display thing. The first time I've ever had one of these kind of things in my own car. Traction control, cruise control, lots of other bits over there. It's even got lights. Oh, hang on, what did I just do then? Uh-oh. That's fine. Just here we have a whole load of buttons here. The radio, CD, TV, whatever name is, telephone, sat-nav, all sorts of different things going on. All of which don't work unless you have the CD for the sat-nav, which I don't. There are just a couple of minor things here and there that don't actually work as they should do, but it's not much. the light in that doesn't work. There's a bit of trim missing there. The mirror is a bit broken, and this door has to be closed like that. Watch, because if you try and close it like you normally would do, it just does that. You don't want to slam it because the mirror will fall off. It has 170,000 miles on the clock, or is it 160? 161. And there is the all familiar covered up with plastic engine. I'm not worried about the mileage, not at all. Should I make this car more of my own? There's the next question. And well, the answer is I already have done, because I've put my sticker on there, and I've put the roof bars on there just in case I do something a bit brave. But there's quite a bit more to go, because I really like the contrast of the silver against the dark blue. It's another one of those things where the right colour works for a particular car. So why most of these are silver, I don't really know. Same reason that a dark blue works on the Rover 75, it also works exceedingly well with this, with these bright bits and the roof rails being silver as well. I think if those rubbing strips along there were silver, that would add something as well. Or the inserts. The bezels there, those were painted silver. I think that would work, going away from slightly less than standard there. But I don't think any of that stuff would detract from its value. And one thing that certainly won't do, which I am going to do, is get rid of some scratches. Now, I've already started this. It had some sort of stuff leaking down there. Most of that's gone. It had some scratches just along there, quite a few of them. I managed to get rid of those. And there are many, many light marks all over the body which show up very well in this particular colour, and I shall just take my time in removing them. This corner here has had a respray at some point, not sure when. The colour match is excellent, but there are a few slightly rough bits just there. The paint doesn't shine quite as much as the rest of it does, and I shall see if I can make those bits better. About this car, it's not just the stereo, but how quiet it is. It's not a fast car, but it's effortless. Just as a lovely, effortless pickup about it. Third gear. It's a third gear car. That's my favourite. Fourth's quite good. Fifth only really works if you're onto the motorway. But honestly, I really like it. I like it much more than I was expecting. And I'm not even bored with it. I've done 241 miles. Other cars I've had, I would definitely have got bored with by now. So it's doing something right. It feels like a proper grown-up car. It would do, wouldn't it? Because it's a sensible car. It's a properly sensible car. It's got absolutely no sense of humour. It does everything that you want, except make your back comfortable. The steering's good, the gear change is good, the handling is better than I was expecting. And I just think, as an all-round car, you don't really get much better. So, for all of the people that wanted me to talk about this car, I do appreciate that very much. And I hope you've quite liked this video. I shall see you in the next one, where I shall no doubt be talking about a different car altogether. Bye bye. Oh shit! That particular video, 2,400 views. Not too bad actually. Nearly 400 likes. But amongst that, and amongst that about 4 dislikes, which just goes to show that going to the effort of pressing the dislike shows some sort of protest. Or maybe it's like, no, I just thought it was a crap film.